Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video I'm going to be talking about dopamine detoxing. It's a subject where there's a lot of information online going around, a lot of it's fake. You see a lot of people who are doing things like 24-hour dopamine detoxes where they have a video which is also hyper edited, which is kind of controversial because they're talking about dopamine detoxing and then they have a video filled with these edits which are going to stimulate your dopamine. Also, these aren't really very helpful videos because a dopamine detox is something which you're going to build up over time. It's not going to be something which you can just do for 24 hours and it's going to reset your brain. That's not really how it works. And also, it's somewhat impossible for you to just reset your brain in 24 hours like that and cut out all the bad habits immediately. So therefore, I decided to make this video, guys, and I'm just going to go through a couple steps that I've done and one secret tip which is going to help you massively to dopamine detox and to quit your bad habits which you're currently doing. So for me, I've tried dopamine detoxing quite a few times and I keep on finding myself slipping back into the same habits. I keep on finding myself scrolling on Instagram or social media or going on YouTube when I'm not supposed to. And it's really something which is naturally going to happen when you try and dopamine detox because normally in our generation we're so stimulated, we've had so much social media and we have so many distractions going on which stimulate our dopamine. These are things like online, things like social media, just constantly scrolling and just listening to music, anything like that. It's really going to create like a short-term boost in your dopamine. It's highly addictive, and for that reason a lot of people here are struggling with dopamine detoxing, and I just think that the advice right now online isn't really helpful. The reason why so many people struggle is because they don't have a set plan in place. So if you don't have a plan of action, a set plan in place for you to dopamine detox, you're going to keep continuously falling back into the same pattern as before, and you're going to keep going back onto the things which are addictive, which you keep on doing, and which keep on stopping your progression from dopamine detoxing. So if you don't have a set out plan, which I'm going to explain to you today, that's why so many people struggle with dopamine detoxing and they keep on falling back into the same habits. So now I'm going to talk about how you can effectively dopamine detox. So the first thing is the most effective strategy when you're dopamine detox is to make a timetable. Now the reason why the timetable is so effective is because this is going to give you a routine. So it's a staple of what your day should look like. It's something you can fall back on whenever you get stuck. You can go back, you can look at your timetable, you can see exactly what you should be doing at any point of day in the time. And because it's something which you can fall back on and which you can go to, if you ever find yourself lost and you realize that you've wasted the last few hours, you've realized that you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you weren't dopamine detoxing, you can just quickly open up your phone or your laptop where you've got your daily timetable. You can open it up and you can have a look at what you should be doing. And as long as you've got that thing or that schedule, that timetable which you can fall back on, even if you spend a couple hours wasted, you keep wasting your time and you end up scrolling on social media or whatever it is which is holding you back, you'll realize that once you have this timetable set up, whenever you want, whenever you need, and you feel like you have to, you can just go back, have a look at the timetable. It's going to tell you exactly what you should be doing, and then that's just going to put you back on the same path. So having this timetable is hugely beneficial, even if you don't follow it completely. A lot of the time, life gets in the way. You might have plans coming up, you might have something which you need to attend to, you might have an appointment or anything like that. However, the thing about the timetable is, if you make it 100% productive for the day, even if you follow it for just 50% of the time, that's going to be extremely effective and your day is going to be extremely productive. So let's say you spend a couple hours in the morning and you're doing what you usually do when you wake up on the weekend or when you have a free day, and you waste the time on YouTube. And then you realize that you've got your timetable, you go back and you take a look at your timetable. As long as you then spend half the day, 50% of the day after that, just going on your just doing exactly what you were supposed to do, having your daily schedule set out, going to the gym, doing the productive tasks which you had set out in your daily schedule, like reading, learning, going to the gym. As long as you spend about 50% of your day, that's still a massive improvement to what happened before, guys. So obviously, the timetable, it's going to be 100% productive initially. However, your actions aren't going to completely be 100% productive as well, because you're going to find yourself slipping away like you always do. However, don't be too hard on yourself, because even if you can get 50% of your day to be following your timetable, that's still a massively productive day, and that's still going to be hugely more productive than you originally were. So it's still a massive improvement. So lastly, I'm just going to quickly explain to you guys why having a timetable is so effective for dopamine detoxing. So the first reason why is because humans are creatures of habit. If we have a set timetable and we know exactly what we're meant to be doing at each point of the day, this is going to really help us. Think back to school when we had a time block for each hour of the day set out, and so we knew exactly what we needed to work on and what we needed to do at each point of the day. If we didn't have this and we just got told to learn as much as possible with the amount of time that we have, and we didn't have a set structure set out, it would be chaos and it wouldn't be as effective. It's also very effective in the military, where people are extremely disciplined. They all have a daily schedule set out for them, which they follow to a T, and that's really what leads to productivity. It's just having that schedule in hand that you can follow, and having a habit and a routine which humans can follow, because humans thrive from a routine.